What do you think about this initiative in general and your special impressions after the Forum G7 here?
Thank you very much. First of all, it's a great pleasure to be in Italy and in particular to be in Rome. I bring greetings from the United Nations to all the people here, including the young people of Rome at this great university. The search, first of all, we are living in very difficult times, or very challenging times, in the sense that we have made significant progress as a global community. We have reduced hunger, we are using science in a more effective way. Women are coming into public office. We are making progress, but that progress is very uneven, and the progress is not secure. At the United Nations, we believe that we have to have a complete shift in paradigm in the way we live so that everybody could be included in the progress of humanity, and that we sustain and maintain the world in a safe environmental and ecological condition for this generation and for future generations. In that sense, the work of everyone, including the G7, is critical. That the power of humanity should be directed to sustainability, to the well-being of all. And the conference addresses that. It looks very deeply at the phenomena of the last 10 or 20 years, globalization, in its economic and political dimensions, with an attempt to understand how, in fact, the benefits of globalization could be more universal, and the damages and exclusions of the globalization for workers, for the unskilled, for the poorer countries, how these can be managed. The message that I've brought from the United Nations is that Agenda 2030 is the response for humanity at this moment. It is an agenda that is inclusive, that is far-reaching, and most importantly, all members of the G7 and all members of the United Nations, 193 countries, only a year and a half ago, have approved this program that will last for 15 years. So we need to be robust in our embrace of the Sustainable Development Goals. That are 17 markers along the way to make sure that we are on course to transform our world. I am pleased that it is being considered at the meeting in preparation for a report or a set of recommendations to G7. All the G7 members are members of the United Nations and have signed up to Agenda 2030. So it would be fairly easy, I would say, for them to look at the contributions that the G20, that the Agenda 2030 could make to humanity, and I recommend it. It is also encased in the politics of multilateralism, that is, solving global problems and challenges in a consensus decision-making, inclusive manner. And I think that is part of the diplomatic thrust of the G7. And so we highly recommend an embrace of Agenda 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals, and multilateralism as a course for the conduct of relations between states.